So, how does a company go from just meeting expectations to absolutely blowing them out of the water? Well, today we're diving into Ambarella, a company that did just that. And their secret? It's a huge all-in bet on the future of AI.
Okay, let's just start with the number that made everyone on Wall Street sit up and pay attention. $108.5 million. I mean, for a company like Ambarella, that's not just a good quarter. That is an all-time record.
And get this, it wasn't some kind of one-off fluke. That number represents more than 31% growth over the same quarter last year. We are talking about some serious momentum here.
Now, here's what makes this so interesting. These numbers didn't just squeak by Wall Street's predictions, they completely smashed them. And that brings us to the big question for today's explainer. How in the world did they pull this off? Well, the secret is a massive, defining bet on a piece of tech called Edge AI. This isn't just part of their strategy, it is their strategy. And wow, is it paying off? So what even is Edge AI? Think about it like this. Normally, a smart device sends data to some giant cloud brain far away to figure out what to do. Edge AI instead gives the device its own powerful little brain right there on the chip. It makes things way faster, more private, and a whole lot more efficient.
And just how big of a bet are we talking about here for Ambarella? Well, take a look. Edge AI isn't just a slice of their business. It basically is their business. This quarter, it accounted for a whopping 80% of their total revenue. They are completely all in on this.
Okay, so this Edge AI thing sounds cool, but where does it actually show up in our lives? Let's look at some of the real-world products that Ambarella's tech is hiding inside, and trust me, you're going to be surprised by a few of these. Let's start right at home with, believe it or not, a cat's litter box. Yeah, you heard that right. The brand new Litter Robot 5 Pro actually uses an Ambarella chip to run AI cameras with night vision and facial recognition for your cat. Now that is Edge AI in action. But it's not just for pets. Their chips are also the brains inside some seriously cool new portable cameras. We're talking about incredibly light 8K, 360-degree action cams, and super powerful body cameras. This whole high-end portable video space is a huge growth driver for them. And the tech is going way beyond just consumer gadgets. In the business world, it's powering everything from India's first nationally certified security cameras to AI-driven thermal cams. They're even inside smart sensors that can detect things like smoke or weird sounds in places where you can't even put a camera. And of course, you can't forget about cars. Ambarella's AI is hitting the road, powering in-cabin recording systems and luxury vehicles, driver monitoring systems to keep people safe, and even smart cameras to help manage huge fleets of trucks. Right, so we've seen what products are using their tech. Pretty cool stuff. But now, let's pull the curtain back a bit and look at the how, the actual business strategy that's lighting a fire under these numbers. So what's the playbook here? Well, the CEO laid out a super clear three-part game plan. First, get into more things, not just security, but cars, homes, drones. Second, meet the growing demand for more powerful AI on those devices. And third, this is the really important part, increase the value and the price of every single chip they sell. It's a strategy about getting more valuable, not just bigger. And that third point, selling more valuable chips, it is working like a charm. Their average selling price per chip was up an incredible 20% from last year. This is so important because it proves their growth isn't just about selling more stuff. It's about being more critical to their customers. So if you break down their projected growth of around 37%, what's driving it? Is it selling more units or selling more expensive units? Well, according to the CEO, it's just about a perfect 50-50 split between the two. You really can't ask for a more balanced, healthy growth engine than that. But, it's not all sunshine and roses. The analysts on the earnings call, they ask some really smart, tough questions that give us a sneak peek into the challenges and the big opportunities that are still ahead. So first up, the consumer market. It's famous for being up and down, really volatile. So with so much of their growth coming from gadgets, the analysts are basically asking, hey, are you guys taking on too much risk here? And the company's answer was pretty surprising. Turns out, their business is now split almost perfectly down the middle, 50-50, between enterprise clients and consumers. That is a massive change from just a year ago. And why does that matter? It means they aren't dangerously dependent on any single market. It's all about balance. The next big question, of course, was about the money, specifically gross margins, which is a key way to measure how profitable a company is.
The worry was, if you're selling to these huge customers, are they going to squeeze your profits? And the company was totally upfront about this. They said, yeah, when we land these massive customers, it can temporarily pull our margins down a little. But, and this is the key, even their short-term forecast is still smack in the middle of their long-term goal of 59 to 62%. So basically, they're trading a tiny bit of margin for a whole lot of market share. Smart. And finally, the question everybody wants to know. What's next? Where's the next big wave of growth going to come from? And the company pointed straight at two markets: autonomous drones and robotics.
And this is where things get really, really interesting. They see the drone market as totally wide open. But the big prize isn't just drones that take cool videos. No, it's in building the brains for drones that can actually fly themselves. And all that money they've poured into R&D for self-driving cars, it applies directly to this new frontier. It's a huge head start.
So when you boil it all down, what's the big takeaway here? Ambarella's record-breaking quarter wasn't just luck. It's the payoff from a very deliberate, very focused bet on Edge AI, a technology that is quietly but surely putting intelligent silicon brains into all the devices that surround us. And that leaves us with one last huge question to think about. As AI gets embedded into absolutely everything, who are the companies that will end up building and ultimately owning the silicon brains that power our entire world?